You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down, my people? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome back to the show. Newcomers, if you're listening, welcome to the show. I hope to see you each and every Monday. What a fucking day. What a fucking week. There's so much to talk about this episode, guys. We have we have a lot of shit to talk about, man. We have, some BioWare talk, some Dragon Age talk in here. We also have some Dragon Ball Z talk, man, some Blu Ray talk. We have One Punch Man, as you know, or if you don't know, One Punch Man just came out not too long ago on Hulu, the second season. We also have another anime that I am dying to talk about a little bit, which is called Demon Slayer. It's another one that is on Hulu and it's just debuted not too long ago. There's 2 episodes available as of the date of this podcast, and I'll get into that a little bit. Also, man, we're going to talk about some Xbox news. We got, a nice little chunk of Xbox stuff to talk about. And Mortal Kombat 11, man. Gonna get into some Mortal Kombat 11 talk for sure. If you guys listen to this podcast, one of my favorite genre of video games is the fighting game genre, and alongside the open world RPG aspect that I like to play in. But anyway, we're gonna start the show. Let's begin. First, let's jump into. There's been some leaks out here in these video game streets. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this, and maybe some of you have not, but apparently, Dragon Age 4 was a thing. And apparently, rumors and whispers in the street is that it is going to be scrapped and turned into a type of Anthem game with dragons. That's pretty much what's going on out here. That's what everybody's talking about. I know there's a lot of, Dragon Age fans who are upset. One of my homies, man, shout out to Be Young. He is a real huge Dragon Age fan, and he was very, very Drake-like upset when he heard about this fucking news. And, it just goes to show you that a lot of these companies just don't know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of people who are in high positions in a lot of these companies, these gaming companies, they know nothing about video games. They don't even own a game system. It's just a job for them. And I think it should be a prerequisite for anybody to take a job in a gaming company, especially a very high position where you are making a majority of the decisions. I think, you should fucking have a passion for gaming. And not just a degree in management or whatever the fuck else it is. You know what I mean? I just think that's the way it should be. But, it is what it is. Anyway, man. I mean, could you imagine Dragon Age 4 being like an Anthem, but with dragons? Not to mention the fact that, Anthem is a piece of shit, right now. It is pretty much a done deal as of right now. I mean, it was a game that had so much promise, and then as the time got closer and closer, and as more things began to be revealed, everybody started to notice the chinks in the armor, what the fuck they were actually doing. And then we finally got the information on what was going on behind the scenes, behind closed doors, and it was a fucking wash. It was a mess. But anyway, I hope that. I hope they don't do that. I hope this doesn't happen. If it does, man, they can go ahead and solidify, their name being tarnished that much more, and another game guaranteed to come out of the womb straight to the trash. That's really what's going to happen. And sometimes, I feel like I feel like watching a good show from time to time, and this is definitely going to be a good show, a shit show, but it'll be a good show. I'll be able to sit back and laugh at the bad and poor decisions, that some of these motherfuckers have been making, and then adding on top of that with more bad decisions, with the door closed in the meeting room, and the sake being poured around, the fucking table, and then the blunts begin to spark, and everybody gets their own blunt in their own chair at their own table, and they begin to smoke it, and they begin to lace the blunt with angel dust, and then they begin to do acid on their eyeballs, and they begin to get into their zone, their decision making zones, and begin to say, okay, let's start making some bad decisions. I mean, I just think that is what's going on in a lot of these companies, man, and I just can't understand for the life of me why they keep repeating some of these same fucking things. They're killing themselves slowly. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand it. But that's cool. I mean, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we'll be talking about, the slow demise and deaths of a lot of these companies, man. And I'm going to eat it. I'm going to watch the videos with popcorn and plenty of juice because I'm going to enjoy my fucking self, because this is ridiculous. There's no excuse for this to be going on in this fucking industry, man, that I love so much and I hold so dear to my heart. I just hate to see, multi-million-dollar and sometimes multi-billion-dollar companies make these fuckboy decisions and these poor management skills that they've been, handed down. I just don't understand it, man. And it's frustrating. I mean, you can hear it in my voice. It's very frustrating. And, I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, what else can we do? It is what it is. But if that is going to be true, I won't be fucking playing Dragon Age. Dragon Age, the last Dragon Age was a dope game. It really was. It was a single player experience. You know what I mean? And now it seems like a lot of these companies they're just so hell bent on online only games, that it just, I don't know, man. It doesn't make fucking sense. It just doesn't. Now if it's going to be an offline game, I don't know. I'm waiting to see. I really am waiting to see. But like I said, man, with the track record and what's been going on as of late with this company, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. But we will see. Trust me, everything will come to the fucking light. Everything. Moving along, man. If you're a Dragon Ball fan like I am, I mean, the podcast has got Dragon Ball in it. So it would only be right to bring this up and talk a little bit about this next subject matter. And that is basically Funimation putting out another fucking Blu-ray of the Dragon Ball franchise, Dragon Ball Z in particular. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite series out of all the Dragon Balls. That's, Dragon Ball, there's Dragon Ball Z, there's GT, blah, trash. And then there is Dragon Ball Super, which is slowly but surely starting to come up a little bit. But Dragon Ball Z reigns supreme. DBZ always. It's what I cut my teeth on. It's what, it's responsible for my love for anime, period. It got me, it was like a gateway to, other anime and anime, pop culture, if you will, if you want to get into that. But yeah, man, a lot of people are very, very upset, man, especially the diehard video fans of the series, man. They claim to be fucking up, a lot of these Blu-rays, man. I don't know how many fucking Blu-rays and CDs that they've put out so far, man. It's so many that I keep losing count, and I don't understand it. Supposedly there's only a limited edition, limited number of these, and once they're sold, they're done. I want to say it's like 6,000 copies. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere around there. And a lot of people are upset with the, how they're handling, I guess, the aspect of what it looks like, the cosmetics of it. You know what I mean? Some people like that noise, that original noise that was in the film. It's kind of a grainy look, a little bit lightly grainy look to the video. And then some people actually prefer the remastered version, the smoothed out version, more of a solid color, watercolor-esque type of kind of a feel to it. I mean, it really, it just depends on the person watching it. You know what I mean? Some people prefer one side or over the other, but it's been getting a lot of attention, man, in the media as of late, though. I mean, me personally, I'm not gonna fuck with it. I mean, I forgot the price, but it's way overpriced for what this is. There's some other Dragon Ball stuff you can get out there that with more episodes on one disc per disc and for way cheaper. You know what I mean? If you're somebody like me who doesn't really, basically, tip my nose up in the air at that detailed, information on a video. You know what I mean? I'm just a Dragon Ball fan. I'm a hardcore Dragon Ball fan, but I don't really necessarily care as much about little things like that, that other people might care about cosmetically with the video. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I just thought I'd mention that, guys, because a lot of people out here have been talking about it. And, Funimation, I don't know how I feel about that. Me personally, I'm kind of neutral right now because I'm not buying it, number one. I already have all the episodes of Dragon Ball Z anyway. But, hey, to each his own. Next, I want to talk a little about One Punch Man. One Punch Man is on Hulu now. I watched the episode, season 2, episode 1. And, there were a lot of people that were, really talking mad shit. I'm talking about cash money shit. Shout out to my boy Dig 24/7 for that reference. But yeah, man, they were talking so much shit about One Punch Man animation because there was a video out and it basically was a preview of what was to come, in the upcoming season. And a lot of people just was like, man, I am not pleased with this animation. They're not with the same people who were working with them on the first one, which was Madhouse Studios, if I'm not mistaken. Madhouse has got a lot of stuff going on, man. I mean, they did at least some history. I mean, they've also been responsible for what I didn't really have a problem with was, Berserk, season 1 and season 2 of the rehash, the reboot. Right now. Now we're in limbo with Berserk, because Madhouse put the project down and really we don't know who's going to continue, if it's going to continue in animation, in anime or not. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that it is. Rumors in the street is talking about Netflix could possibly have some kind of thing going down under the covers, on the low out here in these anime streets. But I don't know for a fact. If I do hear something, trust me, you will hear about it because I love Berserk. But anyway, Madhouse Studios is not messing with season 2 of One Punch Man. And, I kind of hate that. The politics are everywhere. You cannot escape the politics of anything now, man. Even all the things you love, the little things you thought that were just yours to enjoy and embark on. I mean, you got all kind of shit, the Disney fiasco with the Marvel characters. Then you have now here, companies switching studios for whatever fucking reason. Even like, the reason why I even got Hulu in the first place, I got Hulu because they signed a new deal with Funimation, which allows, which is going to allow a lot of the anime, to have the English dub and on their outlet. And they're going to be filtering a lot of new anime coming through, in the months and years to come. And that's why I jumped on Hulu. Hulu is like my pit stop for anime now. If I want more dubs than usual, because Crunchyroll, most of everything on Crunchyroll is fucking subbed, and every now and then, man, I like to multitask and I do a lot of shit, man. Whether I'm on the computer, editing videos or working on something, doing whatever I'm doing, I like to multitask sometimes, and whenever I'm watching anime, I can't really necessarily do that, especially if it's subbed. I can't do it. Because I need to read every inch of what I'm looking at. But if it's dubbed, it's different. I can kind of multitask and still get, everything I need to get out of that anime. That's just how it is. That's how I deal with it. Everybody's different. Everybody handles the stuff differently. It's cool, whatever. But I just feel that also, like, if you're watching a new anime, from my experiences, this is what I've picked up on. If you're watching an anime that you've never seen before and you're watching it, and it's subbed, for some reason, for whatever reason, it takes me forever to get the names of a lot of the characters, memorized down in my head. And I think that's because when you're reading some of the names, I'm not sure how to pronounce it right, and maybe I'm not saying it right or whatever. But when you hear like somebody in English saying the name, okay, you're like, okay, well, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it when you're, talking about, whoever's name this is. And, for a long time, and when I first started Naruto, it took me forever to learn a lot of the characters' names and how to pronounce them. Because, sometimes when you're reading subs, they're spitting out mad sentences, you know what I mean? And you got to read it all. So you kind of glaze over the name and you kind of get to what's really actually going on, in the story before the words change and they get the dialogue, moves forward. So it's just a lot, to do. So I was trying to get more dubs of some of the things that I've been watching and, and complete finished series, as well, because Netflix has a big problem with putting a lot of shit on there, but, not giving you everything, not giving you the up to date, episodes, man. They're bad at that. It rubs me the wrong way. And, like Inuyasha, I was, I finally have Inuyasha and I can finally finish Inuyasha now, but because, like I said, Netflix only had a small percentage of the episodes, man. So I hate to get into an anime or get into a series and get my throat cut right before, halfway before it even gets to finish. You know what I mean? I want to finish the whole series if I start the series here. So that's just me. I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, you know what I mean? But forgive me, guys. But yeah, I mean, talking about the dubs and everything, but back to One Punch Man, season 2. I was pleased with the episode. I was pleased with what I saw for the most part. Now, did the animation take a step back in my opinion? Yes, it did. It did take a step back. If you compare it to, the first season. First season was really a sweet surprise to me. I really enjoyed season 1 of One Punch Man a lot. Season 2, I didn't have any real quarrels with the story or where it's headed right now. I don't want to really discuss it, right now. I don't, just in case a lot of you guys haven't checked it out or whatnot. But is it worth checking out? I would say yes, it is, especially if you're a fan of One Punch Man. You don't want to miss it. You definitely want to check it out. And one thing I was also worried about or wondering about last week, I was talking a little bit about it as far as how are they going to come out with the series? Were they going to Netflix it where they release all the complete season at one time? No, they did not do that. They released one fucking episode, and it's going to be one episode airing every fucking week, which I'm not pleased with that. I'm a little disappointed. Now, fuck that. I'm a lot disappointed about that because there was a huge hiatus between season 1 and season 2 of One Punch Man. I was wondering what the fuck was going on. What were these guys doing for these years, that damn near 3 years, you know what I mean, without a continuation? What were these guys doing? And you mean to tell me you don't have the series done yet? You don't have season 2 done? Or you do have it done, you're just milking your deal with Hulu and milking for everybody to just want to see what's going to happen next. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that is. Now, I can understand if, you put out a season 1 and then the next calendar year, you put out season 2, episode 1, and that's it. And you leave it like that. But when you have all that fucking leg room to work with before you were to work on the series, and then on top of that, it's not as good animation wise. You got some explaining to do, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So it's rubbing me a little bit of the wrong way. Yes, I'm going to continue to watch it because I am a One Punch Man fan. Saitama is sitting on my fucking shelf right now as I speak. I'm sitting here staring at his bald ass head right now. But anyway, I'm going to continue to watch the series. Animation is, it's not as good, but it's not terrible either. So that's just me, my opinion. I'd like to hear what you guys think or how you feel about the series. If you've seen it, shit, hit me up on Twitter or, Instagram or whatever. Let me know. I'd like to hear what you guys, how you guys feel about it. But it was decent, man. I'll say that. If I had to give it a score right now, I mean, I'd give it that first episode. I'd give it a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. That's animation. That's story's pretty decent so far. I mean, there's not much we could really get to with one episode, but it was good. I enjoyed myself, so I'll say that. and I'll move on. Hopefully, episode 2 will be better, or will give us some more clarity on what's about to go down. Maybe we get somebody that can actually hold their own against One Punch Man and take more than one punch, kind of like the villain did at the end of season 1. And we'll go from there, I guess. So we'll see. I was gonna say something else about fucking One Punch Man that was on my fucking mind. What the fuck was it? What was it? Anyway, can't think of it right now. Let's move on. Let's talk about, man, a new anime. Well, it's a new anime, but it's not, new out there in the manga world. And it's called Demon Slayer. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused with Goblin Slayer, which is also a very dope anime that I can't wait to get to season 2 on. But this one right here, man, I'm very, very, very pleased with what I've seen so far, man. I've watched 2 episodes, which there's only 2 episodes right now currently out on Hulu. And I'll give you a quick, rundown of what it's about. It's just basically about a young boy who had a family, and he was taking care of his family, and they live in a world of demons, and his family pretty much was all wiped out by demons except for one of his siblings, which was his sister, and she got turned into a demon. Now it's if you think of it like a demon, if you get bit by a demon and live and you get turned, then basically you're like a zombie. You're gonna you're gonna act as though a zombie would act. In other words, you have no emotional ties to anyone. You'll turn on your own family. You'll try to eat, whoever is in your way, in your path. And that's what began to happen. But for whatever reason, he was able to break his sister to a point to where she won't attack her brother. She won't attack him. She recognizes there's something in her that allows her to continue to basically recognize him. And he's basically, how would you feel if that happened to your family? I mean, of course you would be fucked up, right? And basically now what he's trying to do is he wants to be trained. There's these elite demon hunters out here, man. I mean, that are just wet. When I was fucking wet, amazing and highly skilled. And, basically he's going to eventually be trained to be, he's going to be put into this academy and trained to hunt these motherfuckers. Now, I don't want to tell you anything else. There's more to it. There's more involved and stuff going on into the series. You need to just check it out for yourself. But I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys check this out. And what really got me on it, because I've heard everybody talking about it on Twitter and whatever about this series, and I was like, man, what's so special about this anime? What's so special about it? People who've read the manga, who are up to date on the manga, know I haven't read the manga, and I need to get more into manga, man. I really do, but I prefer anime over manga. That's just me. That's my preference. If I can't get a hold of, anime, I'll eventually, move on to that and eventually try to find, the manga of that. Looks like I might have to do that for Berserk and a couple other ones out here. But anyway, I keep hearing stuff about this anime, and everybody was so crunk. Everybody was so excited because it was coming and it was, getting close. And then I found out, who was responsible for actually producing it and making it. And it's the same people who did Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. And when I heard that, I said, that's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap. I'm all in. Tell me when it's supposed to show. And it came right on time because it was Hulu. And I was like, yo, let's get into this, man. And man, I cannot be happier to talk about this anime. And art style, beautiful. I mean, it's a must watch. You have to check it out. And I cannot wait to see where this goes, man. This one is really making me, want to go pick up the manga. Like I'm so serious. I'm that close to trying to see, to go grab the manga and see what the fuck is going to happen. But yeah, man, you're looking for a new anime. You're looking for something fresh. You're looking for something dark. This is definitely a dark fantasy. I definitely urge you guys to check out, Demon Slayer. Definitely check it out. It's my type of anime all the way around, and you will thoroughly enjoy yourself, man. It's definitely something that I could see myself really, really being invested in. Yeah, caught me off guard completely. But anybody, if you haven't seen Fate Zero or Fate Stay Night, definitely check those out. Those are like that's my top five. That is in my top five. Best anime all time. Love that fucking anime. But yeah, man, these guys are behind that, so it's a win-win. Definitely check it out, man. Demon Slayer is the name. The character, is the boy's name is Tanjiro. I think that's how you pronounce it. I see big things for this guy moving forward, man. I might have to move over, make some space for another shelf, and see what I can find out there when it comes to Demon Slayer, because it's looking that fucking good. We shall see, though. We shall see. All right, man. Now I want to fucking talk about. Let's get into some gaming, shall we? And I want to talk a little bit about Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 is a game that the more and more I look into it, the more and more I'm watching the hype surrounding this, man, the more thirsty I become. This game here, this Mortal Kombat game is going to be the best Mortal Kombat game to date, in my opinion. Graphically, it's the best looking fighting game I've ever seen. I mean, in my opinion, and that's coming, other than Dragon Ball FighterZ, because it's separate, different art styles. But this game, oh my God, it looks so good, man. Ed Boon, these motherfuckers put in work. He even said that, get ready for the DLC because it's going to be crazy. I can't wait. I hope we get Smoke in this game. I hope we get Quan Chi in this game. But, I love Mortal Kombat, the series. I love Scorpion. I was a Scorpion fan from day one, all the way back when the first Mortal Kombat came out at the arcades, and we were just spending so much money on that, on those games. And then I fuck with Johnny Cage, and I fuck with Kano too. Those are probably my three that I'll be probably utilizing right now off the bat when the game comes out. And then hopefully we get a Smoke or a Quan Chi, and I can make some alternates. But what's so good about this fucking game, not just the graphics, but it's the fact that, my boy put this on my mind today. I had a long conversation with one of my homies, man. Shout out to my boy Wood out there in Arlington, man. Shout out to him. We were having a conversation, and he's a Mortal Kombat connoisseur. He's a fighting game connoisseur. He loves fighting games, but Mortal Kombat is his favorite. And we were having a long conversation about it earlier today, and he was telling me that, the reason why they put out, Injustice 2 is because they were testing the waters for the next Mortal Kombat game, as far as, the cosmetic thing that they got going on now. And I think that's one of the best things going for NetherRealm and what they're doing with this IP, man, because there's no player that will be the same. In other words, 5 people can all be Scorpion players, but nobody's Scorpion will be the same. The one thing I loved about Injustice was the fact that, you could custom make your own character. You could literally make your own Batman. You could literally make your own Catwoman. There's nobody else who's going to have a Catwoman that look like you or fight like you. You know what I mean? So there's not just cosmetics in this game that you can change up. There's also moves that you can change. You can change your whole fucking move set. You know what I'm saying? So and then now add in the fatalities with this and the brutalities, add that shit with it. Oh my God, bro. You it's a win-win. It's a fucking win-win. Now, Injustice was cool and everything, but it just wasn't that. It didn't have that same bite by any stretch of the imagination. It just wasn't a Mortal Kombat game to me. Without the fatalities, without the blood, without the gore, without the, in your face, brutally, brutal fighting, man. It just wasn't that. And now we get that back, and it looks so good. The variations are going to be crazy sick. I cannot wait to get these fatalities, man. I saw a Johnny Cage fatality today, right before I did this podcast, that blew my fucking mind, man. It was so sick. I'm not even going to mention it. You have to find out for yourself. Just go look it up, man. Johnny Cage fatalities, man. Mortal Kombat 11. It's crazy. But I mean, I have so many questions to myself, like how many fatalities are we gonna get per character? I think on Mortal Kombat X was like 4, and then I don't know about the brutalities and all of that, and then mix and match and everything. So I can't fucking wait, man. Kano looks fucking raw as hell too. I really enjoyed his gameplay. Really enjoyed what I saw with him. I'm excited to play as him as well. And then of course Scorpion, I already know he's a fucking beast. He's a demon. He's all of that. And then, like I said, Johnny Cage, man, dude, is crazy, bro. So those are going to be my 3, starting out. And, those will probably be my 3 mains right there. Because you can't just have one with Mortal Kombat. With Mortal Kombat, man, especially with what they're giving us here, I mean, you can't eat just one. You can't just pick one. And then I'm gonna probably have 2 or 3 variations of one character. So I'll have like 3 different, I may have like 2 or 3 different Scorpions. Same thing for, Kano and, Johnny Cage, same thing. So yes, you got your main one, the main build, but then you got like alternate builds that you can kind of work with. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, man. I mean, it's going to be crazy, man. I mean, I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. Get ready, man. For the channel, I'm going to be putting some videos and stuff up there and just having a blast, just playing it, man, for real, straight up. Also, man, when I'm talking about videos and shit real quick, just check out, my YouTube channel if you guys ever get a chance to, every Thursday, because I'm just doing videos of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, uploads, just little, trials and tribulations. I'm 100 hours plus in that game, and I'm still enjoying myself, and I'm going to keep playing it. And then when Mortal Kombat comes out, I'll jump on that some, and, I think when Biomutant drops, that'll be another one. I'm going to have some fun, man, out here in these streets. Lots of it. Especially with this Mortal Kombat. I cannot wait to see what you guys put together, who you play with, like what are you working with, you know what I mean? Who I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna keep it real though. My Mortal Kombat game is kind of subpar. So that's something I definitely need to work on. I'm not as good at Mortal Kombat as I am in Street Fighter or even Dragon Ball Fighters, you know what I mean? So that's my 2019 resolution when it comes to fighting games. Get better at Mortal Kombat. Get better at Mortal Kombat. So I'm definitely going to step up to that challenge, man, and try to make that a reality. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, man, is definitely. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm ready, and I'm just so drunk with anticipation over this game, man. I cannot fucking wait. And also, speaking of Mortal Kombat 11, it's coming out for the Nintendo Switch, which kind of blew my mind. When I first heard about that, because I'm like, well, how are they going to put this game on the Switch? In my opinion, it's probably going to end up looking more of like the mobile game version of it. It's also like 22 gigs, in size. So it's a pretty beefy game compared, when you're talking about, a Nintendo Switch title. If you have a Nintendo Switch and you don't have anything else, any other system, then yeah, man, this would definitely be the game for you to check out and play. If you have no other way, play it. But if you own like an Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC or something, you definitely want to get it for that, because you want to get the clarity. The graphics are just amazing. They outdo themselves every single time. I mean, when Injustice 2 came out, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. The graphics look sick, and now they even got it better, and it's. Man, I can't wait to see what the story's what's gonna happen in story mode. They were talking about, how each tower, is gonna have its own story, and you'll find out the fate of your character, once you go to certain towers and stuff like that. It's just gonna get crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. But yeah, Nintendo Switch, man, players, good luck with that game. Hope everything's good. Make sure you get a memory stick. Make sure you have one on deck for this, because it's going to you're gonna need that space, and that's kind of annoying to me as a Switch owner, though. I will say that I've talked about it before. I'm just not pleased with, they couldn't put it all on the disc. In other words, so the disc is only holding about 6 gigs, something like that, and then the rest of it is going to be downloaded. So that's why it kind of rubs me the wrong way. The majority of the game is going to be is going to be downloaded. So it's only a piece of the game on the fucking disc. I feel like when they start to get into these waters with titles and with games, they need to slow their roll, in my opinion. If you can't put it on a fucking disc, then why are you even buying the fucking disc in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. You might as well just download the whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense at all. I never understood that. And even they do it now. I mean, even on PlayStation they do it. I mean, you buy a game and then you got to download a fucking 40 gig patch. You know what I mean? And that's most of the fucking game. I mean, why is that? I hope, when we get to PlayStation 5, they remedy that shit. Where everything is able to fit on the disc. They're able to process everything perfectly that way, and we can move on. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. That's just how I wish it would be, and hopefully it will one day. And it bothers me sometimes, man. So it is what it is. Anyway. Oh man, let's talk about Xbox now, okay? Here's a cool little, tidbit that you guys might not know, and I might check this out. I'm curious. I haven't played my, Nintendo Switch in quite some time. Like I said, man, I've been playing Odyssey for 100 plus hours. Before that, it was fucking Far Cry 5. So Ubisoft has been beating my ass. Handcuffing me. I can't move. You know what I mean? I can't get off and away from Ubisoft, man. I almost picked up, the Division 2. But like I said, I'm limited in money, and I can only pick, one game this month, one $60 game this month. And there's going to be Mortal Kombat 11, man. And then I have my plate full with, still with Odyssey, and I still have, Far Cry 5 to finish. And after that, I got New Dawn to play. So I've got shit backed up. Okay, so I'm good right now. But speaking of Xbox, you guys may not know this, but Xbox Game Pass, there's an Xbox Game Pass deal going on right now. $1 fucking will get you 90 days. Yes, you heard it correctly, 90 days of Xbox Game Pass. And this is probably gonna get me in to Game Pass to see what it's about and find out what it's about. $1, that's it? Really? 3 months. Either Xbox is hurting like a motherfucker, or I don't know what else. I don't know what else they could be doing, but that's the thing, man. It started April 11th, and you have time because it ends May 12th. So if you can get in there before May 12th, man, you damn near got a whole month to do it. Get in there and pay that $1 and see what that Game Pass is about. I'm gonna have a look at the titles and see what's available before I make that decision. But $1, you can cancel it. After a month or whatever. And if you don't like it, give you a chance to test it out and see where everything's at and stuff. So, see, man, we'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully, I can pull it off on the Switch, and then boom, you know what I mean? Handle it like that. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd let you guys know that. If you didn't know, now you know. Moving on. Did you guys fucking know that that Microsoft is putting out a new system? It's an Xbox One. It's actually an Xbox One S, and it's coming out right now. The date in Europe is slated for May the 7th. But what they're doing is, it's called the what is this called? The Xbox One Maverick. Okay, aka the discless Xbox One S. So there's no disc slot on this system. Okay, and it's a pretty big system too. Let me tell you what's wrong with this fucking system. Let me tell you what's wrong with that. Now, when you think of, Xbox is putting out another system, and it's discless. Okay, so they're putting out a consumer friendly, device. I'm thinking it might be $99, $99.99, or maybe $129.99, or maybe $150 at the most, for something like that. Because you can't buy games for it. You can only download shit. Okay. Now it comes with 3 games preloaded, or however, I don't know if it's a code or if it's preloaded on the game. I'm assuming it's preloaded already on the system. But those games, let me go ahead and give you these games real quick. The names of these games. One of the games is Forza Horizon 3, which is not even the newest fucking game. So why would you put why would you put an old version of that game on there? Which is it escapes me. Anyway, maybe it's because in the production time or whatever, it's not in real time. So, but still, give us a code for the new one or something. You know what I mean? Next is going to be Minecraft, and then the other one is Sea of Thieves. These are the games that are going to come with the system. I think they're going to already be preloaded on the fucking game. All right. Then I said, okay, well, 3 games. Okay. Let's check out the specs on this. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's go. The specs on this is 1 terabyte of space. Okay. And first thing I'm thinking, like, 1 terabyte. Nigga, what? 1 fucking terabyte. What is 1 terabyte gonna do? 2 terabytes would, help me sleep better at night for something like this. But let me get to the price now. Okay. This right now, the price is listed at $260, bro. Yes, you heard it correctly, $260. You can go get a fucking Xbox One S, a regular boy, for cheaper than that right now for a couple hundred. So why the fuck would you be buying this with no disc slot in there? So you can't buy physical games. Why would you buy this? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. And if you want to go and say, oh, well, the game's coming in, I mean, fuck those games. Fuck those games, bro. Okay. Give me a credit or something. Give me, something. If you're going to charge $260, give us a free download of any, 2 games or 3 games that we want, once we get this purchase or something like that. Make it approachable, man. Nobody's going to buy this shit. Come on, man. It's already more expensive than the Xbox One S is out there now. Why the fuck would, whose job is it in the marketing department for Microsoft, man? They need to just go on, put their fucking heads to bed and just walk away and leave it and let these motherfuckers sleep. Okay. Poor practicing. It's just poor decision making, man. Their games are coming out, like all these flops, all these bad things are happening. It's a losing console. Okay, let's just keep it real with each other. Let's just stop running them out around them fucking mulberry bush. Let's stop playing lollipop games. Let's put down the sake and put down the fucking blunts, and let's just keep it real with each other. Okay, Xbox is fucking taking an L this fucking generation. Let's just keep it real. Now, Xbox lovers, Xbox owners, I can only hope and pray for you guys that they will build relationships for the next console moving forward, man, and not make these same fucking mistakes. Because right now I'm scared. If they're doing shit like this right now, what are they going to fucking do when the new systems come out? What kind of decisions are they going to be making when that happens? Okay? You need to be fucking afraid. You need to be very, very afraid right now. If you're a fucking Xbox owner, okay? And I'm just keeping it real, man. I don't hate Xbox. I don't hate Microsoft. I used to love my 360. I love my 360. You know what I mean? But then they had that technical shit with the red ring of deaths. I had 3 of them. Okay. And it just broke me. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I went to PS3. The rest is fucking history. Okay. But please, man, stop the madness. Please. Microsoft, stop it. Get it together, man. Please. Okay? Crackdown. What the fuck was Crackdown, man? Okay? Took years to develop. The game wasn't even that graphically intensive. And you still ended up giving birth to a digital piece of shit. Scalebound, one of the only IPs that would have convinced me to buy the fucking system, you fucking dropped that. And now it looks like Nintendo's going to pick that up. What's going on? What's in the water? I don't understand. I don't understand. It is what it fucking is, I guess. It is what it is. Do you know that in fucking China, the only reason that they buy Xbox Ones, the only reason is because it comes with a Blu Ray player? That's what they use it for. They don't even buy it for the system, for the game. That's what they buy the Xbox Ones for. So when this shit opens up and when the market opens up and they put this shit out, that's not getting sold anywhere out there. No, sir. Nothing. I don't understand it, man. I don't. And sometimes I just wonder what are some of these people smoking? What are they smoking? What are they snorting? What are they putting on their eyelids? What kind of sake are you drinking? Show me, please. I want to know the brand of sake, the tiger water that you motherfuckers are out here drinking, please. Because I need to escape every now and then too. I need to go somewhere, pour me a couple glasses, drink it, and forget what the fuck I'm doing or where I'm at. Because that's what it seems like Microsoft is fucking doing right now. And not just Microsoft. A lot of these fucking companies, man. EA. And we're going to get on EA in a second. Trust me. Because there's a new Star Wars game that's coming out. And I have something to say about it. And word is out here in these streets, it's up in there. It's 50-50. And even if the game, well, I'll get to it in a second. Anyway. I don't know, guys. I just ran it a little too long, probably on this Xbox shit. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put the money on the table and walk away. Okay, I'm done. I'm just tired of, I hate to see this for my listeners out there, or people who fuck with Xbox. My son, he's an Xbox owner. Every time he comes over here, he's got his Xbox. He's playing his Xbox. I'm in here playing a PS4. He's in there, in the living room playing Xbox One. I'm in the man cave on the PS4. Okay. He loves his Call of Duty. He loves his Fortnite. Okay. That's pretty much all he plays. Cool. I mean, do you live your life, son? But I can't be a part of it. And it hurts me when a lot of my friends who are Xbox owners, they go, I see their pain. I fucking see it. And it just hurts, man, as a gamer, because at the end of the day, after all of this is said and done, we're all gamers. We all love to play video games. Okay. Whether it's a fucking console, whether it's a handheld, whether it is, even a game on your fucking phone. Okay. We're all, under one umbrella in the end. PC gamers, same thing. Even though you guys think you're elitist, it's all good. But we're all gamers, baby. Okay? And I just hate to see, some of the people who, love the same thing that I love, I just hate to see them get raped and get lied to and get these things happening, to them, man, because that's what's happening right now. Okay? All your hopes and dreams and all the games that you thought you were going to love and that were going to love you back, it's not happening. It's just not happening. And I'm very, very upset for you guys, man. I really am, man. I feel like fucking Drake right now when I start thinking about some of these developers and when I start thinking about, Microsoft sometimes. It hurts. But hey, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. And, I don't need it in my world. So if you guys like it, if you're enjoying yourself, this doesn't apply to you guys. Live your life, enjoy your system, and more power to you. More power to you. If it's not, if you're good where you're at, that's all I want. Everybody to be good. Every gamer to be good. That's it. But for the ones who aren't, and there's many who aren't, it's all over. The internet. It's all over. I have friends. I hear it at all fucking angles, all sides. My condolences. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Better luck next time. Let's just, better luck next time. Okay. Now let's get to the end of the show. The last thing I wanted to talk about real quick with you guys. If you guys didn't know, there's a Star Wars game in the works. EA is, the publisher. I'm laughing because EA is it's a joke now. It's almost, they're almost up there with Bethesda, man. I mean, they're working their way slowly down the yellow brick road to stand right next to Bethesda in their Fallout 76 fiasco. But anyway, yeah, man, they're going to be working on Star Wars game. Now, the game is called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, if you don't know, I'm not a big Star Wars fan like that, but I do enjoy a lot of their games in the past. My favorite Star Wars game would probably have to be Knights of the Old Republic. On the Xbox, man, I had so much fun with that fucking game. And the second one as well. But you know, and then Force Unleashed was also dope. But you know, I was waiting on another Star Wars game, a single player, you know, Star Wars experience. There was one in the past in development, but when fucking Disney bought the rights to that shit, they shut that shit down quick. Okay, a lot of you guys may remember this game. The character, the antagonist was supposed to be, the main character of the game was supposed to basically be a bounty hunter, and I thought that was gonna be so dope. I could not wait, you know, to play that one. But then they scrapped it for whatever the fucking reason, for whatever reason they chose to. And Disney, you're some fucks too. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it real. You do a lot of dumbass shit. And you know, you keep playing with fire, and you're giving these companies, you know, range to the IP that you own now, but you're letting them fuck you over too. They're gonna bend your ass over, and they're gonna do strange things to you in the dark. You keep playing, and you're gonna find out the hard way. Keep playing, okay? But anyway, this Star Wars game is coming out, and like I said, it's from EA. I don't know too much about it. All I know is it takes place between, you know, episode 3 and episode 4. And it's basically about, you know, the Jedis are basically like all, you know, in hiding because there's not too many left. And they're trying to eradicate every last Jedi out here in these Star Wars streets. And, you know, you play a guy who basically young man who is, you know, not even trying to be seen, purposely just trying to stay under the radar and do his thing. And then one day something happened, some sort of accident happened, and somebody was gonna die, and he went and saved them. But to do it, he basically exposed himself, you know, and exposed his Jedi abilities, and then it was on like popcorn. After that, they were after his ass. They're trying to get him up out of here because they know that if you're a Jedi, of course, you have the power to kill and do and so many things. So they don't want that in their life out here in these Star Wars streets. But that's the premise of the game. That's just a very basic thing. I also did hear about the mechanics of the game that they discussed a little bit about how, you know, each fight was going to be like a puzzle, if you will. A certain way you'd have to work your way around a character to take them down. We had no gameplay, so we couldn't figure out what really, you know, how that is going to actually look. A lot of things sound good on paper, you know, but then when it plays out on screen, you know, it's a completely different story. I think we all know that. I think we've all experienced something like that in the past. So that's why I'm kind of iffy on it. The story seems pretty dope. The little preview that they had, you know, like a minute and a half or whatever, it looked pretty dope. But like I said, I don't get too excited anymore when it comes to EA. You know, because for all I know, it could turn around and be an online only game or some shit like that. But I mean, you got to be a skeptic when it comes to this shit. You got to, because I went on YouTube to watch the fucking, you know, trailer, and I just went straight to the comments afterwards. And you know what I saw? Nothing but pure unadulterated skepticism. That's it. That's all I fucking saw, man. Because, and rightfully so. They have motherfuckers saying, "Oh shit!" One dude said, "Buy the game, and for an extra $59.99, you can get an actual lightsaber that works right now. Start the game with a brand new lightsaber, and it works." I mean, they were just basically was these microtransaction jokes. They were just falling from the fucking sky like rain, and you know. What else could you say? I mean, that's what that's what they did to themselves. They brought it on them fucking selves, man. Okay. They deserve every sly remark that they fucking receive. They do. When they pulled the bullshit that they pulled, like I said though, because Disney is on this, and they better slow their fucking roll, and they better make it percolate this time around. If they fucking drop the ball, if they fucking fumble this time with this game, I'm telling you right now, man, it could be canceled Christmas. Okay. I'm keeping it real. It could definitely, it could be over with, man. It could be done. Okay. I'm not, I mean, that's putting it lightly. If they play with Disney's emotions, okay, this last time, it's going to be smoke in the city. I'm telling you, mark my fucking words. EA will lose that fucking license, and it will be all she fucking wrote. They deserve to lose it, in my opinion. And I feel that the only way they're going to get a game like this right, if it's a fucking single player game, and if it's, offline, and it's an actual story driven open world experience. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, those are the most successful games for the most part. When you think about it, especially as of late, I mean, your God of Wars, your Horizon Zero Dawns, your Assassin's Creed Odysseys. I mean, these type of games, your Breath of the Wilds, these are the games that, in my opinion, this is my favorite genre game, but it is also what it works. It just fucking works. That will never stop working, in my opinion. Okay. The online shit is hit or miss. You can get lucky, Fortnite just boom, it hit pay dirt. Okay, cool. Then you got other games that they try to mimic that thing, and that's the problem. They try to follow, they're trying to be like somebody else a lot of the time, and that's what gets them killed out here in these video game streets. You can't fucking copy everybody. It's not gonna always do it. I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, Rockstar did it. Okay, Rockstar tried that shit with Rockstar tried it with Red Dead 2. Okay, with the online portion of it, and it flopped. Let's just keep it real with each other. Let's just keep it real. Let's look at each other. Let's look at ourselves in the mirror, and let's ask ourselves this one question. Did they fumble the online portion of that game? If you say no, they didn't, you're lying to yourself. Okay? Don't trust yourself. You're lying to yourself. Now, the single player experience was the creme de la creme. I loved it. That's why I bought it. I definitely wasn't buying it for online. Online was just like some extra shit to do. And I always had in the back of my mind, I always wondered how that online was going to be, like what was going to happen, because it's completely two different games, two different speeds. Mortal Kombat, I'm tripping. Not Mortal Kombat, but GTA 5, man, is still going hard right now. They're still releasing shit for GTA 5, man. That is their bread and butter right there. And I think they're going to continue that. You know what I mean? That is cool. It was completely the opposite, for GTA 5, it was online only for me. Like, I didn't really care about the story and how they had it set up or whatever. But with, Red Dead, it was the story, and, it was like, fuck the online, really. It was so bad. It really was, man. Currency, the way they had everything set up, it was nothing to do, and everything took forever to fucking get money. It was no good to me. But that's you live and you learn, man, in the gaming industry. But hopefully they learn from their mistakes. I know Rockstar is a capable company, and I know they'll learn from their mistakes and clean all that up. But that's Rockstar. They're cut from a different cloth. They're not your EA right now, and EA used to be the shit back in the day. They used to be the shit back in the day, but they're not right now anymore. It's just sad. It's very sad, man. But I hope they don't drop the ball with this Star Wars game, because this is a game that I would like to play. If they keep it where it looks like it's going, if they keep it a single player, open world experience, from a Star Wars, from a Star Wars backdrop, I will play this game. Okay. As long as you stay away from the microtransactions and all that boo-boo, okay? EA needs this to work. And if they're smart, this is the type of game that it's going to be, because they've been dropping the ball on the online shit, okay? Let's just keep it real with each other. They've been dropping the fucking ball. All right? Yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this fucking show. It's actually went a fucking hour. I think this is my first hour-long show in quite some time. Really is, man. It's been a minute. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, everybody for listening. If you're new to the show, welcome to the show. Welcome to the family. I hope to see you every Monday hereafter. I also want to say, if you guys want to show support, if you guys want to show some love to your boy, you can easily do so by, hit me on Instagram at Studio MacGyver. Hit me on Twitter at Studio MacGyver. I'm sorry. If you want to hit me on Instagram, it's Studio MacGyver79. My bad. I'm sorry. It's kind of late, man, and it's been a long fucking day, guys. It really has. But I am also excited because there's a lot of things going on coming up. But yeah, if you guys want to reach out to me, man, you can hit me on those avenues. Also, man, Beautiful Nerds is a store that basically is about nerd culture and only nerd culture, man. So if you enjoy things like video games, if you enjoy things like anime and nerd culture, then you should fuck with this website. It's www.beautifulnerds.com. Nerds is spelled Nurdz. Check the store out, guys. Show your love and support. If you find something on there you like, man, check it out, man. Get it, grab it. We got coffee mugs, we got backpacks, t-shirts, hats, beanies, whatever. You know what I mean? Show your love. I'm going to definitely have some stuff for the podcast on there very, very soon. So if you enjoy the podcast and you want some merchandise from the podcast, it will definitely be there probably in the next 2 weeks. So be looking out for that as well, guys. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, man. Like I said before, I want to thank everybody for listening. To all of my listeners, I just want to say I love you guys, man, and gals, man. If you listen to the show, if you enjoy the podcast, if you come down here and you're streaming me, or you just want to listen to something different, man, I love you guys, man. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for showing your love, showing your support, and downloading the episode, listening, streaming the episode, and just being there for me. And I just want to say thanks for that. So with that being said, guys, you have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.